A lot of men are out here buying women. They buy you to stay silent. They buy you to bite your tongue. They buy you to keep your self-esteem low. That cannot be me. What's worth more? Money, material items, or your soul? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. So it is your favorite party pooper. So in today's video, we're talking about, so you want to date a rich man, huh? You really want to be with a rich man, huh? I don't know if you guys have been seeing it recently, but I'm a culture watcher, right? So I'm watching the themes of culture and I'm sitting back and I'm observing, I'm thinking, wow, women are really making rich men the prize. We're really setting them up on a pedestal like, that's what I want. I want a man that's gonna pay my bills and pay for everything, and I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna do nothing and my life is gonna be great. My dear, this is the real world, okay? This is the real world. And in this video, of course, I'm not talking about all rich men, okay? And there are different categories of rich men, okay? You've got your entertainers, you've got your artists, you've got the guys that are literally businessmen, self-made, got money off of inheritance. There's so many different types of rich men, so I will never generalize all rich men. But what I'm seeing on social media is a big glorification, especially in the Black community, of wanting to be with a rich man. And what I've seen, and it's just me thinking psychologically on a deeper level, is that a lot of us grew up really poor. A lot of us grew up poor and without, and let's be honest, the dream, especially for women, would be for us, after all we've gone through, after all we have struggled with, okay, after all the poverty that we grew up in, the dream would be a dashing, beautiful, stunning man to ride in on his white horse, his prince, and takes you to his palace, and you get to be the queen of the castle forever and ever, and they live happily ever after. Scratch that. This is the real world. This is not Disney. This is not Disney. I find a lot of women are increasingly getting this wanting to be saved complex. And don't get me wrong, I believe in hypergamy. I believe you should either date someone that is on your level or above. You guys have heard me talk about this time and time again. I do not believe in dating down. But I find that there's a lot of unrealistic expectations. All women want a certain type of guy, but unfortunately there's only a small percentage of men out there that have that, and an even tinier percentage of men who have the character to match. I just find that in the media, rich men are put on a pedestal. They're being glorified. We're seeing them as the prize. If I can only just get a rich man to sponsor my life. A lot of women don't want to be housewives. That's the thing. You think you do, but you just want to be catered to. But you also want to have your own thing as well. And when you're dating a guy that is rich and wealthy, you can't be a modern woman. You cannot be a modern woman expecting 1960s treatment. You're gonna have to pick one. If you want to be a housewife, you've got to be an old school housewife. Do you want to cook? Do you want to clean? Do you want to cater to your man? Do you want to not have to work? Like literally, no side hustle. What are you going to do whilst your husband is working and grinding 24/7? You're gonna get bored. But like I said, I'm not here to judge. If that's you, then do you. But I feel like we've made so many advances in this world for us women to want to take steps backwards.
And as the world is advancing, so is our opportunities, ladies, to make something of ourselves. So let me ask you a question. Is there a skill that you always wanted to learn but didn't have the time or know where to start? Why not try Skillshare? Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. You can explore new skills, develop existing interests, and get lost in creativity. Successful people spend more time learning and less time consuming all of their time. So why not invest your time in learning a new skill? Skillshare have a bunch of courses on pretty much everything. The course I'm currently studying is Unlocking Your Potential to Build Creative Confidence by Gannon. I specifically love the lesson on overcoming perfectionism and beating procrastination because the struggle is real, okay?
But it's really that we just feel like we're never kind of enough and we're always needing to do something.
So you can take this course and more totally free for the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description box. You will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership, and after that it's only around $10 a month, which is a tiny investment for a huge return. I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video and helping my community.
But remember what I said, hypergamy, I believe in it. Date on your level or date up. Let me slow down. Okay, let me just go through this line by line. We cannot deny that being rich in this world comes with a level of power. But I cannot believe how conflicting our message is today. On one hand, we're telling women to go out, secure the bag, don't depend on anybody. You don't need a man for anything. Secure your own bag. Be independent. But on the other hand, you need to get you a 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure nigga. Make him pay you to even date you. Make him pay you for sex, pay your rent, pay for your car, and your mama's too. For what? Do you want to be independent or do you want to be kept? You cannot have both. Even if you do want to be a housewife and you don't want to work, don't believe the dream light or the glorification of the housewife position. All I'm saying in this video is listen, have a balanced view about this thing. It's not all great, but it's not all bad either. But what you need to do is actually talk to women who live that lifestyle. A lot of us women, we can spend so much time in our head. There's this page on Instagram that I'm this close to unfollowing, and they glorify this lifestyle. They glorify so many things that are just images. They're just videos. They're dreams, but they're not reality. But the reality of the situation, most times, even if the guy is a good person, he controls everything. Do you really want to be with a man that you have to ask for an allowance to buy something? Do you really want to be with a guy that you have to ask him for something if it's out of your allowance? So your friends are out here buying whatever they want, but you've got to ask him for it because you don't have it of yourself. I don't know about you guys, and comment below if I'm bugging, but I feel like that is so backwards. It is so backwards. And at the same time, I'm not judging anybody that wants that, but we've got to think about it. Like, realistically, we have this idea that, oh, a rich man is just going to be handing out us money, throwing money at us. No, especially if he worked hard for that money, he's not letting it go easily. You're going to have to justify why you want to buy such and such thing. And I'm not talking about the guys that do fraud. That money is stolen anyway. That money does not mean anything to him. It came easy, it can go easy. That's why a lot of men that are married with wives have side chicks that they throw money at. They don't work hard for that money. I personally believe that we have fought so hard for liberty and independence for us to actively choose that kind of lifestyle. That's you, do you. But if you do choose that lifestyle, you don't want to work anymore, you want to be taken care of, I get it. But do prepare for him to be older than you, have more life experience than you, have more everything than you, which automatically puts you in a lower position. He's not going to ask you about plans, he's just going to make them and then tell you. And some of you are thinking right now, because you're tired, you're so tired of working and figuring out things out by yourself, you're thinking, I'm down for that. You may be down for it right now, but can you live like that?
So I know we just moved in 6 weeks ago, and I know you really like this area, and I know it's really close to your family, but I've just got a position. We have to move 2,000 miles away from where we are now.
And you have to be okay with it. It's not even a conversation. You have to be okay with it. Because really and truly, when a man is wealthy and well off and rich, his job is the main priority. It's not you. His career, his job, his business is number one. Are you okay with that, hun? So you know your love language is quality time, right? Yeah, you might want to adjust that a little bit. To be honest, you would be lucky to get a free weekend with him, especially if he is his own boss. Employed people work 9 to 5. They go home and they have their free time. They may have a few work to do, but self-employed, CEOs, business owners, we work the moment we wake up to the moment we sleep at night. We work until we physically cannot work anymore. And you have to understand, whilst you want to live this lavish lifestyle, money does not make itself. And so being with someone who is rich, you're going to have to understand how money is made, how much time has gone in to him making that money. And so when you're with a rich man, expect for you to be his support. After a long day at work, he doesn't want to come home to you complaining about him not spending enough time with you. He wants dinner served, he wants a hot bath, and he wants sex if he has the energy for it. And here's the thing, a lot of women want rich men because they think about themselves only, and they think about all the perks and all the trinkets. But when you're with a rich man, he is the prize. You are literally there to cater to his needs. It really is a selfless role and not a selfish one. Don't just think about the perks of this thing, hun. Don't just think about the perks of the thing. He's the prize, you're the support. You're there to give him what he needs. There are requirements of you as a housewife, as you as someone that's not going to work. So you still want to date a rich man, huh? And there are perks. Yeah, you may get to travel the world with him, but it's not a vacation. He will have to work, and most of the time, you're gonna have to spend on your own. Yay! Fun times! You might as well become an influencer. You might as well make best use of the time that you have. Turn into a lifestyle influencer and act like you made this money by yourself and are able to travel the world. Shade, I know. Another perk of being with a rich man is that he owns everything, and therefore you owe him everything.
The shoes on your feet,
He bought it.
the clothes you're wearing,
He bought it.
the car you're driving.
He bought it. You depend on him.
All the women who are dependent, throw your hands up at me. That's the anthem song. That's the anthem song if you want to date a rich guy, honey. But I think the worst thing about being with someone that is well off and you not having your own is that when you do, or when he decides, because it's usually him deciding to break things off because he has other options, you have nothing to show for it. If your car is in his name, you've got to give that back. You don't have a house, it's his house. So what do you have to do? Go back and live with your mum, which is probably the most embarrassing thing to happen. And he would actually be very generous if he let you keep all of your clothes, your bags, your shoes. But if you're smart, you'd sell all that stuff on eBay, get the money, and get back on your feet again. And unfortunately, it will be hard for you to get a job because they do want to know what you've been doing for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And unfortunately, housewife, kept woman is not a job description that employers buy. Oh, but you say, oh no, I'll date a rich man, but I'll have my own business on the side with the money that he gives me. And that's wishful thinking, because some men with money don't want you to work at all. Some don't want you making your own money because they want to be in control. Others don't want you having to work because they want you to be there for them. When you don't have a job, you can be at their beck and call. If you want to get up tomorrow and fly to Dubai, you have to go. You can't be thinking about, oh, my business, who's going to run my business? They don't care. And that's why a lot of men say they don't care about a woman's job, her career, because they are the breadwinner. Their job is what's important. And unfortunately, when you are dating up or you're dating someone that's rich, you have to bear in mind all of these things. And I'm not trying to be a party people. I think you should get it where you live, but just understand some of the things that come with being with someone of a certain status. And there's so many more things that I could talk about, but I'll leave that to you guys. If you've ever had experience of dating a rich man, leave it in the comments below. But the last thing I think I'll talk about is this. Rich men have options, which is usually the reason why he will try to break up with you in the first place. Whether he's bored or he's found some fault in you, you're just not enough, you're not what he wants anymore, he will literally be on to the next. And they are probably there lining up to have the lifestyle that you are leaving to them. But if for the reasons that I listed before, not having your own place, not having your own money, not having your own things, not owning anything, these are the reasons why a lot of women stay and be number one whilst the guy goes off and cheats. They have to have an agreement with these men that are wealthy because they don't have anything. They feel like they aren't anything without this guy because this guy has controlled everything and this guy supplies everything. So how do I go out into the real world and fend for myself? I don't want to start again. So those women tend to tolerate and put up with a lot of stuff that us average women that have our own money wouldn't do. Rich men want you to bend to them. They will rarely bend to you because they don't have to. Money gives men power, and if their soul is wretched, they will use that power to their advantage and to your disadvantage. And even though you may be with a rich guy and everything is going well now, doesn't mean everything that I've said in this video doesn't apply to you. Because it's always great in the honeymoon period. And of course, there's always exceptions to every rule. I'm not trying to paint every rich man with the same brush. There are men that are rich, that have money, that will never use it to control women. But the ones that do, they do what I just said. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be taken care of or wanting to be with someone that makes more money than you. I advise you, date inside of your tax bracket or date above your tax bracket. But Breeny will always, always, always have her own. Nor will I ever put a rich man on a pedestal at the disrespect of my own self. A lot of men are out here buying women. They buy you to stay silent. They buy you to bite your tongue. They buy you to keep your self-esteem low. That can't be me. That cannot be me. What's worth more? Money, material items, or your soul? What does it profit a man or a woman to gain the whole world and to lose her soul in the process? Nobody will ever be able to have my self-esteem in a chokehold. I would never want to choose between clothes, money, things, houses, cars, and my self-esteem. If you can be bought with cars, vacations, money, clothes, did I say bags? Your self-esteem needs to be raised. A rich man is not the prize. Even an independent woman securing the bag is not the prize. You are the prize. I am the prize. And I will act accordingly. I will respect myself. I will not sell my soul for a material lifestyle. Because most of the women you see flexing are not happy. Happy women aren't flexing. So that's all I have to say in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this topic. If you want me to talk about this more or a different angle, please comment below. I would love to have a discussion in the comment section. I think most of the fun happens in the comment section below. So let me know your thoughts. Have you thought about dating a rich guy? Understand this. When you date a man with money, you're going to have to compromise. It's not going to be all about you. It's not all about you. Don't be deceived by what you see online. Know your worth and then add tax. See you guys in my next video.